In this video I will talk about a subject that is incredibly important to traders, and yet most of them seem to purposefully ignore the idea. I'm referring to the idea of contextual trading. Most people who watch this channel and bought my trading courses understand why contextual trading is so important, and I see a lot of new traders simply ignoring the idea to focus just on the setups and techniques. If you download the free ebook about the basics of trading in my strategy store, you will see that I consider contextual trading one of the principles on which solid technical analysis is built. You can have the most accurate techniques in the world, but if you don't use them contextually, the technical aspect of your trading is going to fail. I have given many different explanations about why we must use contextual trading, and in this video, I'm going to give you yet another perspective. In order to give you this other perspective on the importance of contextual trading, I will present you an optical illusion called the checker shadow illusion, which was observed by an MIT vision science professor called Edward Adelson in the 90s. Take a look at this image. You can see that there is a chess board, two squares marked by the letters A and B, and a cylinder creating a shadow in one of these squares. The illusion lies in the fact that both squares A and B have the exact same color. In a first moment you might think that is simply not true, but I'm going to prove to you they have the same color, and then I will explain why we perceive the same color differently, and perhaps most importantly, I will explain the parallel between this illusion and the principle of contextual trading. If I cut the square A and put it next to square B, you will see that they are the exact same color, but it's difficult to see why. The answer to this puzzle is understanding that the surroundings of the squares affect how you perceive them. In other words, square A is mostly surrounded by white squares, and square B is mostly surrounded by gray squares. The gray color looks darker in contrast with white squares, and the white square looks brighter in contrast with gray squares. That happens because we don't look at squares individually. We automatically take their context in consideration. However, in vision we do this automatically because it is deeply ingrained in our biology, so we don't have to think about it to be subjected to the illusion. That's why most people will say that square A and square B have different colors. Let me show you how the surrounding context is important in this situation. Watch what happens when I erase the context around square A and square B. All of a sudden, you can perceive the two squares have the exact same color because they are placed in the same exact context. The lesson I want to extract out of this is quite simple, which is that the same exact thing can be perceived differently depending on the surrounding context. In trading is the exact same thing with one exception. In trading we don't account for the surrounding context of candles automatically. We actually have to think about it rationally, and that's a challenge. Unlike the optical illusion on the chess board that is automatically perceived and put into context by our visual cortex, the candles in the price chart do not respond automatically. In other words, the checker illusion is an optical illusion, and the context in a price chart is a rational illusion. This is the ultimate example of how the same exact candle or price setup can mean completely different things depending on their surrounding context. This is one way to understand why we always need several techniques converging to the same point in the chart to be able to find high-quality trade opportunities. If you are the type of trader that ignores the context of the market to attempt trading just setups, this explanation should be an eye-opener to you. I hope you find this video helpful somehow. If you enjoy the videos I do, please help support the channel by clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel, and leaving your comment below. If you wish to truly understand the market and become a consistently profitable trader, check out my courses in the strategy store, link available in the video description. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you in the next videos.